Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, let us discuss about why people are leaving Canada. There are a lot of people are immigrating Canada each year. Approximately 350,000 people come to Canada, but there are also people who leaves Canada. In this video, let's find out why. Alright, so let us discuss about top 10 reasons why people leave Canada. The number one reason is when you come to Canada, you have to start from zero. There are a lot of people who finds it very difficult when it comes to start from zero, especially when you have a position in your country where you hate a big team, where you had a business, you had an employment which pays very high salaries and benefits. Now, all of a sudden, when you are in Canada, you have to start from the scratch. That's very tough for so many people to accept that issue. Also, in Canada, your degree from back home may not be recognized, especially for those people who have engineering degrees, doctors, dentists, and etc. So those people struggles the most because those degrees are not recognized in Canada. So they have to start new degrees, new programs in Canada, and do their licensing, and after that they can do their practice. It's difficult, right? Also, you have to learn a lot of things in Canada because things are done differently here. So you got to learn the culture, you got to learn the way they handles things. So you have to have that mindset. People who do not have that mindset that I gotta start from scratch suffers the most. So people may leave for all those reasons. Some people have fear to learn new things. So those people actually go back and find something more comfortable to their country. The number two reason is family ties. When you come to Canada with immigration status or maybe some other status, but you're here to settle down, to start a new life. But being here, you understand that you have to be here for the rest of your life, building your career, building a business, raising your kids, finding a strong reason to live here. So at that point, you may not have enough relatives or friends. You're new in this country. Everybody is busy. You find yourself in a lonely place and you start missing your friends, your families, maybe your parents. So all of a sudden you feel like, you know what? There's no point being here. I can't bring my family, I can't bring my friends, and that is not comfortable for many people. So they leave. I know what I'm talking about is a small portion of people who does that, but a lot of people struggles with those issues, and some of them give up and go back. All right, third reason, financial difficulty. When you come to Canada, you come with a fund to support yourself, but when the funds ends and you still have no jobs, no income sources, so you find it very difficult to live here because Canada is a very expensive country, especially when you leave cities like Toronto, Vancouver, Montreal. So those cities are very expensive, and if you don't find a job, you will end up being frustrated, and you have to pay your bills, pay your rents, and food costs, transportation costs. Those are very expensive. If you have no money left, it is really tough, and some people give up, they go back. Also, when you earn, you gotta pay a hefty tax here because Canada tax rate is very substantial. A big chunk of your earnings will go to tax, and it will be deducted from your paycheck automatically. Seeing those deduction, a lot of people end up saying, you know what, I don't need to stay here. Also, getting the right job is tough and difficult for many people. People struggles a lot here because your experience will not be counted if you're not be able to present yourself in a way which is meaningful to Canadian culture. So you gotta prove that your degree and your experience and skills are transferable, and many people have issues to represent them or sell them to the interviewers, so they struggle to find a job which is professional, which is comfortable to them. So they feel like they're underemployed. They start working for low paid job and they're frustrated, so they go back to their country, try to find their own path. Some of the people also become bankrupt, doing business, doing some other things. When people become bankrupts, that actually a big issue in Canada. So you have that record stays for long time. So when you buy something or start doing another business, that records will stay. So you cannot just get away with that bankruptcy record. So people think, okay, I'm gonna go back to my country, and in that way they get rid of it. Some other people also live here paycheck to paycheck using their credit cards. So after a certain time they figure out that this is not the life they want here in Canada. Some other people find jobs like other countries like United States, Arab Emirates, some other countries. When they become citizen of Canada, they explore other opportunities to other countries, and using those skills they got new jobs in new countries, and they go to those countries. So that's how people leave Canada. The next reason why people leave Canada is cultural differences. In Canada, it's the country of immigrants. A lot of people coming from different countries with their different cultures. They have different religion, race, and cultures. So if you're not someone who is comfortable with different people, culture, race, and ethnicity, then this is not a country for you. So you have to have that ability to accept those changes, to multiculturalism, ability to mix with people and connecting with people who are different from you. So medical facilities are free here in Canada. Some people find it difficult to buy their medicine though, because medicine are not free if you are not in a special circumstances. So medical facilities are very expensive if it is not covered by the government. So if you were someone who fall under that category, when you have to buy your medicine, when you have a special disease, when you have to go and diagnose yourself, those are very rare though, but medical and medication is very expensive. Some people leave because they find it very cheap to their own country or some other country. For example, if you're not covered under dental and vision care, those dental and vision care are very expensive here in Canada. You rather go to your country and do those dental and eye care and come back with that would be more cheaper than to do it here in Canada. So next up, number 6 is greater opportunity in other country. Like I said before, so greater opportunity in other countries. Some people find it very easy to get another job using their Canadian citizenship. A lot of people migrated to China, Dubai, so some other countries where English is a second language. There are so many countries where Canadian can apply, and their degrees and skill set are very much appreciated in those countries, like in Dubai, Middle East, China, and some other countries, especially, and also in USA. A lot of people got a job in USA and some other European countries where they can go and have a different life. So those were looking to explore their options to other countries, they also get their job and they migrated to those countries. All right, number 7 is weather. In Canada, weather is very extreme. In winter, the weather is very extreme. It could be minus 65. It is life threatening in some point if you don't have proper gears and jackets and proper clothings with you. It could be devastating for you. So in Canada, what we need to do is always check the weather before you go out and with the change, because the weather is always changing, and you have to dress accordingly. Some people find it very difficult and do not like that kind of changes so frequently, and they find it very difficult to be adapt with this type of weather condition. If you're ready to battle the weather condition, the weather is not a challenge to many of us, but some people find it difficult to be cope with the weather condition. So they leave. Number 8, high expectation. When people come to Canada, some of them actually have a high expectation that I am going to be in a country which is rich, which is a developed country, and I'll be paid in dollars, so the per capita income is high, so I'm gonna get a 6-figure salary. When they come here, they see a different environment, and it is very challenging to be able to present themselves in a way which is the benchmark here, because you are coming from a country which is less developed. That's why you are here and emigrated. Now you are in a country which is top ranked and very competitive to get a better job. Being here in Canada, when you apply in the same company for those positions, you may not get that right away because lack of Canadian experience. That things actually frustrates a lot of people, because they thought I worked for that same company for many years in my country, and now I'm applying for the same type of job and I'm not getting it. I'm not saying everyone is disappointed. A lot of people actually make it to the top where they deserve, but some people actually find it difficult, and they think, no, this is not something for me, so they go back to their own country and rather have the same career than struggling here. Number 9, relationship. Here in Canada is a very busy country. When you are in a relationship, like in a family, you might have to earn work. Both of the family member may have to work in order to survive here. That's how the economy is. And while working and raising kids, you are busy with your life, and you have to do your own things, like starting from cleaning to laundry to grocery to drive everywhere, and still managing your job and learning many things. So it is really challenging for many people to have a disciplined lifestyle right after their arrival. So at that time, there is issues in relationship, and if it is a huge issue, then people break up. And then when you break up with your family, you are even more frustrated, and you don't know what to do. And when you break up with your family, and you might end up in a shelter without having jobs and proper income. When you lose your job, it is difficult to survive here without support from your partner. If you are in that condition, some people find it very difficult to stay, so they leave the country and they go back and try to resolve their issue in that. The number 10 final reason is real estate price is very high, even though Canada is the second largest countries in the world. But even though we have a lot of lands which is unused, but property price is very high and going up and up. So people find it difficult to buy property, And some people think, I want to buy a house, I want to buy a good car, but it's not being possible because of the skyrocketing price. It's not gonna stop, so they give up. So those kind of people are very less, I would say. And even though those people leave Canada, they come back because they when they left the country, they after a certain time they understand and they realize those difficulties are not for everyone, and those difficulties can be overcome if you actively work on those issues, and definitely you will be able to overcome those issues and you can make a good life here. Majority people stays and enjoys amenities that Canada has to offer, such as weather, such as environment, such as nice people, good government benefits, Medicare is free, education is free. You have a life without fear. Security is very good here in Canada. All in all, the Canada is a very good country to raise your kids. There you go. I have top 10 reasons for leaving Canada. If you have more reasons to mention, please mention in the comment below. We can learn from each other. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, have a wonderful day.